Everyone, welcome to Promise Resource Network. Today's class is called Keep Your Power, and we teach that because we talk about emotions, right? All the different kind of emotions and how we can give away our power when we're angry or when we're depressed or when we're fearful. We want to keep our power, our strength, our courage, our determination. Right? We don't want anyone to take that away from us. So keep your power is all about just keeping your power, right? And today we're going to talk about fear. Fear is a big emotion. Yes, it is. Fear is a big emotion. So we're going to talk about fear, but first I'm going to get it right. I'm going to get it right, Jeremy. Watch me. The warm line is a 24/7, 365 telephone call that you can make when somebody, when you feel down, when you feel angry, when you feel is a good time to call. Okay. The warm line is manned by peer support specialists who know how to listen and know how to help. We give resources. We give help with listening. Sometimes just being heard is one of the most powerful things. So give us a call. The number is 833-390-7728. That's the number. 833-390-7728. I thought I messed it up. Jeremy reminded me that I messed up the telephone number the other day. So 704, no, wait. So give us a call anytime. We got Sheila in the house. Good morning. Good morning. I'm going to be, doing this and read. It looks like the light is just upon me. So that's good. I like the light upon me. Thank you, sweetheart. So let's talk about fear. The dirty word, isn't it? It stifles me. It says that fear is an unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone or something is dangerous, likely to cause pain or threat. A distressed emotion aroused by impending danger, evil, pain, etc., whether the threat is real or imagined. It doesn't matter to me if this is real or not. I feel the fear of it. Coming into a crowd of people may not bother you, but it bothers me. So that is real to me. That is real to me. So even if whether it's a charging bear that we know is real, or just the feeling of fear that stops us in our place. Right? So we're going to talk about 4 fears that are stopping us from achieving our best life. That's a good answer. Everybody turn their phones off. That's nice. Oh. Hard to dance to, Alan, but I like the tune. All right.
I like fear.
Oh, tell me about it.
Since being in the service, I was fearful all the time. I don't know what I had to do.
Yeah.
So I use fear as a motivating factor. If it's something from killing a spider because I'm scared of spiders.
Yeah.
If I know that I'm scared, but I got to try it.
Yeah.
So I use it as a motivating factor.
Nice.
And a survival technique. If I'm fearful, maybe there's a reason, but I have to always evaluate. Okay, well, you have PTSD. Now, is this a real fear, or is this something that your mind's making up to screw with you? Yeah. So I use it as a motivating factor.
I like that. And that real or imagined, is this a real fear or not? And to walk through that, that we're able to use that fear instead of be used by it, right?
I don't like fear at all.
Oh, hold on. What, Alan?
One more time, run through your original definition of fear so I can.
I will give you this paper after class, okay? Because I don't. Okay, we'll do it. Fear is a distressing emotion aroused by impending danger, evil, pain, whether the thrill is real or imagined.
Right.
There you go. Real or imagined. That's, you were about to say something, sir?
Well, I was just saying, I don't like fear at all. I'm fearful of getting into a manic state.
Yeah.
And, because when I'm manic, my fear goes into overdrive, I'm paranoid, hypervigilant, and everything else. So
Yeah.
it actually gets in my way physically. Like I feel the fear.
Yeah. It's real.
Yeah.
Fear is real, and we can feel that. Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, I have fear like, crowded spaces, like going to especially when I go to South Park Mall
Mm-hmm.
and North Lake Mall.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody's shopping, buying stuff. And, I don't like crowds, but there's also things about, like what I've talked to my therapist about. I prefer not looking at young men because there's probably not any similarities between me and them. It's just like when I told you about your cup.
You found my cup.
The Pride Festival.
Mm-hmm.
And my staff was going to help me try and go to one this year, but I guess
It was canceled. Yeah.
Yeah, but you and my staff just gave me some wonderful ideas about where I could go to see someone that I have similarities with, like being gay and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And no one should be made fun of, like in school or college or anything. No one should be able to, or even like what you said, you're on Facebook and YouTube
Mm-hmm.
live. Maybe they can get some help with the fear, list what they're afraid of.
Oh, I love it. I love it. What are you afraid of? Put it down under chat. Thank you, Jeremy. That was profound. That there is a way around it, isn't it?
Just like I told my therapist yesterday, it's not just about, like Black Lives Matter.
Mm-hmm.
All lives matter.
Mm-hmm. And we can have, I like what you said. I'm going to delve in for a minute of that feeling of rejection. We get rejected. I don't know. We can be rejected all the time. We can, our person, just who we are, can be rejected. Like Jeremy was saying, taking offense to me being a lesbian. No, you're not. Poster child.
We're supposed to not bully everybody that's like that.
Yeah.
Gay, lesbian, straight, transgender. We shouldn't bully each other.
I agree. And that fear of people rejecting me, people telling me that I'm not enough, or that I can't come here, or that it's not right for me to be who I am. Right. I've experienced a lot of that rejection. Right. And we can feel rejected in the safest of environments. We can be rejected in churches, in jobs, in our own homes, with our family. It says the fear of rejection is probably the biggest fear out there. It's where almost all of our other fears we'll be discussing lead to. We've been rejected in our lives, and rejection hurts. It makes us feel inadequate. It lowers our self-esteem and confidence. In some cases, it can hurt so bad that people might slip even into depression. Yes, ma'am.
This is actually an area where I have one of my biggest lies. On the outside, you come at me like that, I don't care.
Yeah.
I get you.
Yeah.
But on the inside, I'm like a little kid that's crying. So it's like I have to work on that and be more transparent. You hurt me. You need to know that.
Yes.
You hurt me, so I'm not going to retaliate and hurt you back. But you need to know that, so maybe you won't do it with somebody else.
Yeah. Fear is lack of knowledge.
Is what?
Lack of knowledge. I fear something I don't understand. right? That's where fear comes from. My fear comes from, I don't understand what's going on in this situation right now. So I'm going to be overly cautious, vigilant, right? I'm going to be capable of handling it. Like you said, we got to learn how to handle that. And but rejection can be serious. I mean, hundreds of years ago, when the caveman was here, if you were rejected by your tribe, you died. You know, the thing of it is, sometimes we are rejected by our tribe, our family, our close friends, for a million reasons, for race, for sexual preference, for the color of your eyes, for something you did back in the day, right? There's a lot of reasons people can reject us, but it's all about fear. Jesus, good morning. And Rebecca's in the house. I'm afraid of people still, except the amazing people at PRN. People are scary. They are scary because we don't know. And it's that lack of knowledge. I'm afraid because I don't understand what's coming at me. I'm afraid because I don't know what's next. Right? I'm afraid because I have no experience with this person that I'm talking to, and I don't know, are they safe or are they unsafe? Right? Every time we get into a relationship, you know, whether it is as simple as someone you work with, or whether it's deep as your partner, right? So we want to be, we don't want to be rejected by our family, right? We want to be around safe people so we don't have to feel that fear. It says, unfortunately, fear of rejection causes many people to give up their dreams and ambitions because we think we'll be rejected. If I do this, people will think, you know, what? I'm not smart. I'm incapable. I am not worthy, right? All that old stuff comes up. So that's what I want to take care of that so I don't have to continue to go around this mountain. Ambitions and dreams are important. And when I give up those because I'm afraid of what might happen, then I'm losing out. I'm losing out. All in all, the drive to avoid pain of rejection can make us do things that aren't in our line with our purpose and mission. I drank when I was afraid. I drank to push it down, right? I used to drink I never drank what I call just drinks that are a little foo-foo. Right? I went for the shots of whiskey. All right, I went for the burn of it because I felt that my emotions were right up here. My fear was right up here. And I had liquid courage that pushed it back down. Ooh, that's good. Liquid courage to push down that fear. And it worked. It worked. I was able to talk to people. I was able to do things that I wouldn't normally do, which wasn't necessarily good. But my fear left me when I drank. Because I was big and bad, right? I was big and bad. And we don't, when we get in that space of alcoholic courage, it doesn't last forever, definitely. And when I wake up the next morning, there's my fear again, intensified, right? Alan, what do you think about fear?
What do I think about it?
Yes.
Well, it can be a very powerful emotion. It can prevent us from doing things that would benefit us. It can also prevent us from doing things that would harm us.
Yeah. Sometimes we need to be afraid, don't we?
Hell yes.
Yes, there are some people we need to be afraid of. Michael Myers.
Driving during rush hour on Charlotte highways.
That'll put the fear of God in you.
I even get that fear driving on the street.
Yeah.
2-lane road, people will go roaring past me. Cause I'm driving at the speed limit.
That's it. I drive at the speed limit too, and everybody hates
They're
me.
in such a hurry. Well, it doesn't scare me, it irritates me.
Yeah, more than
So than scared. Because,
But sometimes, like if somebody cuts in front of you,
oh yeah.
fear is natural and good.
Or tailgates me.
Yes.
At a high speed.
Yes. That's a good reason to be afraid. Yes, sir.
Well, it reminds me of like the first time, no, not this Aaron, but the big Aaron. The first time I met Big Aaron, I was a little bit afraid of him because
Big dude.
I didn't know how tall he was. And he said he was like, what, around 6'3"?
6'7", I think.
6'7".
I think that's what I heard, yeah.
And I stopped him one day and I said, you know what? You put up with some very negative people here, and I really don't like it that they call you names.
Yeah.
And he told me not to worry about it, but I mean, he's like very powerful to me, it seems, you know.
The power of his spirit is greater than the power of his physical. I mean, he's a powerful force, and the education that we do here at PRN. And I'm with you. The first time I met Aaron, I was like, wow. You know, and big things tend to scare me, even big people, because you never know. Let's see. We got Sheila. I have some fears, and sometimes it's really strong. Yeah, absolutely. That fear can take over. That fear can stop us from doing the simplest thing. Right. So that fear of rejection, that fear that you'll pull away from me, that you'll give up on me, right? That you don't even honor my fear or understand it, right? We're going to get to solution here in a little bit. But that fear of rejection is real, and it's one of the biggest ones. You know, to be rejected by our tribe is very hurtful, and very, very scary, right? Fear of failure is the next one. Fear of failure can be so paralyzing that people simply decide to procrastinate over and over again, even though they continue talking about their goals. The payoff for procrastination is that we protect ourselves from real failure. Not taking action is a bigger failure than falling.
Procrastinating is we're protecting ourselves?
From actually, the fear is, if I do this and it really sucks, then I failed. I've truly failed. I failed in action. Before, I'm just failing in my mind.
You know, I never up to now tried to define the word procrastination, except that I keep putting it off, but I don't say I keep putting it off because I just keep putting it off and not thinking about why. Or I'll say, well, I've got more important things to do.
But that a lot of times fear is subconscious. Sometimes I don't even know I'm afraid. You know, and that fear of failure is that thing that's in me that makes me procrastinate and say, you're right, Alan, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. And then you're out of the tomorrows, right? I procrastinate a lot out of fear of failure. Yes, ma'am, sir.
The fear of failure was never hard for me because I failed so many times with so many things due to my addiction that I became afraid of success. Because every time I did something good, I either self-sabotaged and ruined it, or it was yanked away from me from the person that gave it to me.
Yeah.
So I had a fear of success.
Absolutely. And that's real. That's to have that dream taken away. Right. It's unfortunate what other people do with fear. To me, fear I either shrink down because I'm afraid, or I get big, right? Because I got to protect myself. Fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. Right? So we want to be able to be ourselves and not have to shrink or expand who we are. And it says not taking action is a bigger failure than failing at our goals. At least I tried. At least I tried. And you get points for that, man. You get points for trying. I don't know who's taking the points up, but I don't know who's keeping score. It's in our permanent record. So it says when we really fail at our goal, despite taking action, we'll still learn valuable lessons and therefore grow. At those moments, you'll learn new valuable lessons that will get us closer to our end goal. I can read. So when I fail, I learn. But I'm so afraid to fail, I miss the lesson. And then I go around that mountain again. Because I'm going to get this lesson. Whatever it is that drives me, whatever it is that has a plan for my life, I got to get around this to get to there. And if I get stuck in procrastination, I never get to the end point because I'm afraid it'll suck and I'll be judged, right? So fear of failure is real. It keeps us from going back to school. It keeps us from trying a new job. It keeps us from going to the mall, right? It can lessen what we do and how we feel about ourselves. So that fear of failure is real. Fear of success. Here. Fear of success. How can you fear success? Right? How can you fear the good stuff? It says, good morning. Yeah. We're having the class. Yeah. Okay. So fear of failure is real. Fear of success is the next one. It says fear of success is a type of fear that most people don't expect to see on this list. Subconsciously, it's possible to fear the success we are actually striving for. I can fear success because success is scary. What if I do this? What if I get this? What if I get this job? The responsibility, the expectations, I don't want that. I that goes back to my fear of rejection. My fear of success stops me from doing great things, right? It stops me from fulfilling those goals. It says fulfilling our true potential is scary. Anybody ever tell y'all, if only you've got potential, if only you would, if only you would.
I was just going to say, with me, fear of success has a lot to do with the fear that things are going well. And all of a sudden, the shit hits the fan and the rug's pulled out from them.
Yeah.
So that's where the fear comes from.
And sometimes it comes from experience, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, of being somewhere in our past and having the rug jerked out from under us.
Right.
Actually failing, either we failed it or it failed us. But either way, it just didn't work. And that, you're right, the next time I try to do whatever it is, I'm stuck on that thought. Well, I failed last time, right?
Right, I mean, you can't enjoy the success. It's just beautiful.
Yeah. The other shoe to drop.
Exactly.
Yeah. When is this going to be over? When am I going to feel bad again?
Right.
Right. You have something, Kelly?
Oh no, I just got.
Okay. She's not Kelly, she's Erin, but she looks like a Kelly to me.
I'm Kelly today.
She's Kelly
I'm
today.
taking on that full identity.
Fear of success is going into unknown territory too. Taking that job and doing those things that we have to do. Maybe our fear of success is because we don't actually feel worthy or capable of handling success. We don't feel worthy for it. Why should I have success? Well, look at all I've done to myself and other people. So we have that fear. Hey, out there in chat land, what are you afraid of? What is your fear that holds you back? What is that fear? And fear of success is a big one. If I actually do this, what will happen? If I actually succeed at this, again, what are those expectations on me? What responsibility am I going to have? What am I going to do with this? We got some new. Let me try to read. Then I'm not a good person. Oh, that I'm not a good person. And I feel my husband going to leave me for another better person. I don't feel like I'm enough. That's a real one. That fear of success. I don't feel like I'm enough to get this, to be that. You know, the beautiful thing, I don't know that there's good and bad. I know that I try to use beneficial and unbeneficial because it just is not so black and white. It's about what works for me and what doesn't work for me, right? But I don't do good and bad, especially with people. I think all people are good. Sometimes you just got to find that good, and it's hidden pretty well. But I think everybody has that good in them, that ability to be successful and continue on the path. Next one's fear of ridicule. Fear that somebody's going to make fun of me. Fear that somebody, and this is, this fear will be even bigger if it concerns the opinions of our friends and family. That fear of ridicule, people making fun of us, people talking shit about us. That's real. I've been called a lot of things in my life, and some of them were true and some of them were bullshit, right? I need to have my detector on so I know what's bullshit and what's not. But that ridicule, the tapes we have in our heads, you're this and that. You're stupid, you're ugly, you're a failure, you'll never make it. All that stuff came from somewhere. Someone said it to us. Yes, dear.
Fear of ridicule, there was a time when I was fearful of being ridiculed. But I faced that growing up. It was either you made a 99 on the test, why didn't you make 100?
Yeah.
You're fat, you're overweight, you don't score 5 story points in a game.
Yeah.
To where I would think got to the point that it was normal.
Yes.
So now when somebody does it, I'm like, okay, whatever, you're just down to me again. I'm so used to it.
Yeah.
I don't think I fear it anymore. I wish I would have embraced it.
No.
Because it makes me uncomfortable.
Yes.
But it doesn't. I guess sometimes I fear it would stop because I'm so used to it.
Yeah. Fear is weird.
It really is weird.
We can put that fear so far in us, and we can get so used to people talking shit to us that it takes away that power. Then I've got my power back, right? But before, when I was afraid to be myself, because of that ridicule. Who's going to say what about me? And does it stick? It doesn't stick to you anymore because you know it's not the truth. And I do believe the truth will set you free. I believe it when they say that the truth of recovery and getting over fear can help us tremendously. But when it comes from family and friends, it's hard. When our family tells us, you can't do that, you'll never be whatever, right? It's hard. It's hard. Those words cut. And when you're cut, you get a scar and you carry that. We got a lot of scars on us, a lot of cuts. Everybody does, some more than others, because of fear in the world. So that ridicule can hit us and it can stick with us, right? So enough of this cheery topic. Let's get the solution, what we can do about it. All right. Let's do it. Da, 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 da. Realize everyone has fears is the first one. Realize I'm not alone. Realize there are a lot of people that don't like crowds. There are a lot of people that are afraid to go up in an airplane. There are a lot of people that are afraid like I am. So that makes it kind of okay. It can make it, I can say I'm not weird. I'm not a lot of things that people have said to me, but I'm not weird. I'm not unacceptable. Because everyone has them. And when I find those people, what's cool about that is, there's power in two people. If I can get more than two that have the same experience of fear as me, man, we can all fight it together. We can walk through this together. And that's what helps. But realizing the me too. I'm afraid of spiders too. Right? I'm afraid of crashes. I'm afraid on how I just got in a crash. That's where I got this from. I got in a wreck a little while ago, and I'm a little jumpy. But if anybody got in a wreck, they would probably feel that, right? Be a little overly cautious. I'm a slow and thorough driver. Very slow it's at. So I'm always in the left lane going the speed limit. Nobody likes me. Identify and write down your fears.
Identify what?
And write down your fears. Identify and write them down. And writing takes the power out of things. And if I'm afraid of something, when I write it down, when I get it out and see it, it can take that power away from it. Just like when we talk, when we write, we put it out there and it dissipates. It disappears. So, sorry. Identifying and writing down our fears can help. Identify and write down, is this the real worst case scenario? If I start there, okay, I'm going to take this job. Is it going to be too hard for me? Is it going to be something I can't handle? Right? What is the worst case scenario? Well, I get fired. That's the worst thing, right? So when I see that, when I write that down, I could be fired. I bet a lot of people feel that way, are afraid to that fear of success, of going into something, right? So when I write down the worst case scenario, what's the worst possible thing that can happen here? I can write it out and take the power away from it because I said it. I can tell someone and take the power off of it. Identify our fears in the moment and focus on gratitude. You know how I feel about gratitude. I love me some gratitude. I think it's a cure for everything. It says, try to replace your fear with gratefulness. This is a trick learned from Tony Grateful. You can't feel fearful and grateful at the same time. It's always one or the other. It's true. When I'm grateful, I can't be afraid. When I'm grateful, I can't be angry. When I'm truly grateful, I can't be that thing that doesn't benefit me, right? I can't be that person that doesn't benefit me. So I want to focus on gratitude. I'm afraid to go to the mall, right? Because there's so many people there. I feel you. And you never know what they're going to do, right? But when I think about gratitude, the gratitude of, look at all these people getting into Christmas. That's cool. Or the gratitude of, I made it through this, right? So that's important. It says, do the rocking chair test. If you were 90, 100 years old, sitting on your porch, and how would you feel at that moment if you knew you didn't do certain things that you wanted to do? That regret, right? That regret. It says, because we let fear control us, how would you feel if you let short-term fear lead to long-term regret? Use this feeling as fuel to bash through your fears and do it anyway. Bashing through those fears, that's the shit right there. But catching this, understanding that right in this moment I'm feeling fear. What if I walk through this? What would my life be like? Right? And to have no regret is an amazing thing. Yes, ma'am.
I fear regret. That's one of my major fears. I have several huge regrets in my life, but there's absolutely nothing that I can go back and change.
Yeah.
And I already know that the weight of those is crushing.
Yes.
So I try to be more vigilant when I'm making decisions. If I don't do this, is this going to be something that's going to hinder me? Because my regrets took me back out from my recovery.
Yeah.
And I had enough of those to try to fight, and I don't want any more.
Absolutely.
I struggle with that a lot too. Regret.
Yeah.
But learning forgiveness has been my one tool to manage regret.
Forgive ourselves.
And forgiveness is such a funny word too, because sometimes we have to forgive people that don't deserve forgiveness. But it's for us. It's for you.
Yes.
For inside of you to just say, I'm going to release that for me. I don't have to carry that weight anymore.
And when I do that, it frees me.
Yeah.
It actually, those rocks hold me down. That fear holds me down, right? But when I walk through it, that regret, when I sit back and think, I did the best that I could with what I had. I really did the best that I could with what I had. I drank a lot. Rebecca says, yes, self-forgiveness. Good job.
I love Rebecca. Hi, Rebecca.
Well, I knew I'd get her in the conversation. So.
Something about gratefulness and fear part of it.
Yeah.
One of my fears was being different. Mm-hmm. And when I was first diagnosed with bipolar, I was seeing all kinds of therapists. And this one therapist said the wrong thing. He said, bipolar is a curse. And that just fed into my fear that I'm always going to be different.
Yeah.
But the reality is there's so many other therapists out there.
Oh, yeah.
That I'm grateful that I found the one that has helped me. So.
Good deal. Is that ridicule that we get?
Yeah.
And it sticks.
Can be hurtful.
They can be very hurtful. That goes back to those words cut. And we can't uncut someone. Right? We can't uncut someone. I love this one. Make a screw you to fear. Screw you. Put up an affirmation somewhere where you can see it before you leave. No, don't say that. Screw you. Screw you affirmation. I'm not going to put up with that anymore.
My kids always say, Mommy, are you talking to yourself? And like, I always thought that if you talk to yourself that there was like something wrong with you, but I'll literally find myself sometimes just being like, oh, no, we ain't doing that, Aaron. We are not doing that. My kids will be like, Mom, you talking to myself? I'm talking to my feelings.
That's right.
I'm talking to my feelings.
Oh, nice.
and claiming power over that again.
Yeah.
I mean, letting it in, I like to think of it like a wave. A wave comes into shore, you feel it for a second, and then you watch it come back out and take that power back. The land is so much greater than that one wave.
It doesn't last if we do something about it. You know, it goes back to procrastination. But I love this. I love that you talk to yourself. I do that too. I do it in my head. So,
Yeah, I do in my head too. You know, I struggle a lot. I have really high highs and really low lows.
Yeah.
So when I'm in those moments where it's like my brain is going 100 miles a minute and my head is already, whatever, just too much going on. Sometimes the only way that I can reclaim my power in fearful situations is just by verbalizing it.
Yes.
Saying like, what is this? What am I going to do with it? Not today.
That's right.
Not today, Satan.
There you
Not
go.
tomorrow either.
Screw you,
Yeah.
fear.
Exactly.
Screw you, those emotions that don't benefit us at that moment.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. Because it gives my power back. You're right. I'm taking my power back from that fear. When I am able to understand that I can say screw you.
Mm-hmm.
It is small enough for me to say that and it be effective, right? We can chase off our fears. Take massive action. What time we got? Ooh, we're running out of time. Oh no, we're almost done. Action kills fear. Action kills fear. Inaction and procrastination feed fear. Take massive action with our mental blockades, and they'll start to become weaker. Inaction and procrastination feed fear. Wow. I'm afraid to do this. I'm afraid of rejection, of success, of failure. I'm afraid of ridicule if I actually do this. So it can kill, and those things can feed it. I want to starve my fear today. I want to be able to overcome, right? That's the cool thing, to overcome. Becoming fearless is not about fearing nothing. It's about feeling the fear and doing it anyway. Feeling that fear, but doing it anyway. To walk through my fear of this. Maybe this time will be different. Let me do this so I can have more of what I want. That's good stuff. I like to screw you, fear the best.
Yeah, me too.
All right, so there are solutions to fear. Forgiveness, talking through it, talking to a friend. You know, that's one thing. Talking to somebody that knows me can take away that fear, right? So go out there, fight the good fight, right? Fear not. Okay. Do your best. Do your best. And that's always good enough. All right. Keep trying. Keep trying. We will see you next week. Thank you all that are here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And wait, I got a new message. Let's see what it is. Rebecca says, hi.
Hello.
Breathing in, breathing helps fight the fear. That can be an action, right? It can be an action I take. That deep cleansing breath that helps me walk through my fear. Thanks everybody out there that's commenting with us. Thanks everybody in here. You're fine. We will see you next week. Come hell or high water, 10 o'clock. Okay. Next week, new message. Sheila has a message. Oh, just hearts. I love you. Love conquers fear too. Love conquers fear too. All right, we're out. Hope you have a fabulous day. Keep peace, share love, and don't be scared. Don't be scared. It's going to be all right.